We're ready to go racing. 29 laps to go. Tommy Houston on his hometown track where he started his career. 29 laps and trying to pick up his first Busch Grand National victory in some 50 events. Earnhardt around the outside gets his lap back from Houston. And now it's Tommy to battle Jimmy Spencer for the lead.
Battle is probably going to be because there's Spencer blowing the horn 1, 2, 3, 4 times up off the corner.
Back to 1. Earnhardt in front of the leaders now. The last car on the lead lap. Bobby Labonte comes in under Jimmy Spencer. Doesn't have enough room. Robert Pressley is right there. Joe Nemechek. Chuck Bound and Jack Sprague.
There's Spencer really hammering on the back bumper of Tommy Houston. It's hard to protect that lead when the guy gives you a shot right in the center of the corner and breaks the rear loose. And you have to chase it with the front end and it moves you out a little bit. You got his hands full holding him off.
Spencer perhaps has the car best at getting horsepower to the ground. He's shown here on several occasions in these last 100 laps. I think there's a lot more riding with Tommy Houston, though. It's just a car and ability to get it to the ground. And Presley is in the wall very hard at turn 1. 276 laps.
Earnhardt's going to get his lap back, but that might be a minor detail with just 30 laps to go, 20 laps to go.
I don't see how Robert Pressley could drive away from that accident, but he did.
That thing, I mean, it's swatted the wall. Look at the front of it. It's got to have the radiator and everything wrapped around the engine, but he's got it running.
How does he see? Let's have a look.
Mike, here come the leaders up off 4 turn. There's Presley. Goes to the outside, and he bangs the wall with the right rear. Now he's out of control way up there. He's going to go back. The car is going to turn around and hit nose first in the wall. And watch this. This is a jolt right here. He really wrapped everything back around the front of the engine. I was surprised as Mike that he got it cranked up and pulled off.
I want to show you that again, Neil, for another reason. As Robert Pressley comes around, apparently he's got a place where he can see he's going to finish this race. Now, as we see this again from the same angle, when he comes down the front stretch, watch the spray behind the car. Not yet, but now that's those little pieces of asphalt. Whoosh, just like sandblasting everything up out of turn number 1. Now, there's no traction to be found anywhere there.
Mike, in dirt track racing, they call it getting up on the cushion, and he was out of the cushion. He was up there out of control.
They are jumping up and down on the hood of Presley's car. He says, yeah, I can see. Get me out there. It's like, put me in, coach. I got a helmet.
Helmet kind of bent in, but he's got one left.
What's not bent in? Green flag, 21 laps to go. And Houston gets a tremendous restart.
And he needs it because if he's going to hold Spencer off, he needs a little bit of lead because Spencer can really work on him in the middle of the corner.
30 cars started this race. 17 are still running. 20 laps to go. And the hearts of Hickory, North Carolina are riding with Tommy Houston. Trouble in 2. Butch Miller and Darrell Waltrip get together. Miller going around. Caution flag. Houston trying to win this thing 1 lap at a time.
Boy, I tell you, once you get a restart as a driver, you hate to see that thing just continuously come out.
And Robert Presley spun in the middle of all that as well. Caution at lap 282. A lost count. 25. 25 caution.
You know, I thought at the beginning of this race that after the race there'd be heated words among the drivers, but they're not going to be able to remember who they're mad at. The guy that did it to you early in the race, he's off the hook because you forgot it by now. You've been hit by so many other people.
The guy did it to you 10 laps ago. 17 to go.
And counting.
Glenn, what's the mood down at Tommy Houston's pit there?
Well, right now they're pretty anxious, I guess. They're excited. They think that Tommy can hold him off. Just a personal observation. I've been an attendee of racing here at Hickory for a long, long time. This is Tommy Houston's country, and I do believe that in his heart, Jimmy Spencer knows that if he should happen to turn Tommy Houston and keep him from winning this race, I don't think he'd get out of here alive. So he's being very careful.
Yeah, you might win the race, but you do have to go home after it's over.
Right. Earnhardt gets tires, gets back out there. They named a grandstand today for a fellow who's meant an awful lot to this racetrack, both as a former competitor and as a track promoter and as one of the legends of this sport. Ned Jarrett was honored in pre-race ceremonies in the Ned Jarrett grandstand. Been here at Hickory for a long, long time.
And the people in the Ned Jarrett grandstand got their money's worth today.
Reserve seat up there is $30 today, and they've got about, by my count, about $120 worth of things going on the racetrack. Harry Gant also has a grandstand named for him here. With 15 laps to go, Jeff Burton and Robert Presley make pit stops, and we're going green.
Tommy really gets a good jump on these restarts. He's pulled away from him, but Spencer's been able to close in after he gets going again.
Houston pulls him up out of turn number 2. Spencer and Bobby Labonte right there.
Yeah, Labonte's getting in the picture now. These other two guys have been abusing things a lot, and Labonte's coming on up.
There have been 7 Busch Grand National races this year. They've been won by 7 different drivers.
Spencer's got the ability with that car of his to get the nose up under him, right off the corner. And right there going in, he just lets us sail in and leans all over the back of him. And as they get right in here, this is where he's working on him. And I mean working. He's giving him a shove or two every lap. But he's been able to get the nose to the inside. There we go, see Tommy move to the inside, protecting that inside line.
Of the drivers that have won races so far this season, the highest placed of those drivers is Ward Burton back in 8th spot. So we're almost, I say almost, guaranteed of an 8th different winner today. And Hensley and Burton get it together. Here's Labonte up underneath Spencer, but only for a moment.
He had about 2 foot of the car under Spencer, but he backed out as they got out in the corner.
Spencer right in the middle of the corner. He's coming hard, but here's Labonte.
Labonte's got it. Now Spencer before just turned left when they got in this situation, trying to hold him back. He's out there on the outside. If he gets to that loose stuff, and he did.
And he spins it off the wall and saves it. Amazing piece of driving by Jimmy Spencer. He used the wall as a cushion to straighten out his car, but it's taken him all the way back to 7th place.
Boy, that outside out there. Spencer got into the 48 car coming up off the inside there.
But let's go back up front now, where Bobby Labonte is trying to run down Tommy Houston with 8 laps to go. And Labonte's a little loose out of 4 there. Joe Nemechek, and here's Chuck Bound back into the game.
Yep, when the track is this slick, you're sitting there leading the race, you got to be a little bit cautious. The guys behind you, they can't afford to be cautious. They just got to sail the car off in there, and they're gaining on him fast.
Well, Houston had to get hard on the brakes for Jeff Burton going to pit road. Tommy did not want to go onto the top side of the racetrack. And right there is Bobby Labonte.
Chuck Bound really went on by Nemechek the lap 40. He's coming in right behind Labonte now. Chuck Bound's car looks as good or better than any of right now.
And Waltrip takes a chunk out of Nemechek, battling for 4th spot. 5 laps to go. Can Houston hang on for 5 laps? Labonte looked to the inside, but it was a feint, and 2 cars are in the wall in 2. Jimmy Spencer and Jack Sprague.
Chuck Bound was completely up beside Labonte, but the caution came out, or he would have had that position going in 1.
4 laps to go.
And there's Spencer coming around all of them.
Will this race get restarted? 3 to go. Here's the pace car. We may not get back to green. Houston, Labonte, Bound, and Nemechek. There are 3 laps to go. There may be time for 1 lap under green. Let's have a look, Neil.
Yeah, they came off the corner there. They got through the Spencer the inside. 48 car got the rear hung out, and he gets the right rear out in that loose stuff. He wants to get back to the inside, but he can't get the car turned down in there. He gets in the loose stuff. There's Spencer right in front of him. They're both just going parallel right up through the loose stuff. Look at the stuff line like you were talking about, Mike.
Earnhardt is in the pits. They did not get 1 to go this time. This race will end under caution. They have to give them 1 to go before they put them back under green.
Mike, it's almost fitting that it end under caution because that's the way it's run most of the day.
26 caution flags so far. Scott Houston, you heard out yelling on pit road, throw that white flag. Scott Houston jumping up and down, embracing the NASCAR official. They're going to get their checkered flag.